A billionaire CEO paid me $300,000 to reject her marriage proposal in front of her family. I took the money to save my father. Then I walked into work and saw her standing at the front of the boardroom. She looked at me and said, "I'm your new boss. Which bill can I ignore without ruining my life?" I muttered. Then someone knocked. Seraphina Vale waited outside in a black coat, worth more than my apartment. Kael Mercer? Depends. Are you collecting money? No, I'm offering it. I stepped aside. That sounds worse. She entered and studied the cracked walls. Your apartment needs repairs. Then she placed a sealed envelope on my table. Marry me, she said. I laughed. She didn't. You came to the wrong building. I came to the right man. We've never met. I know enough about you. Then you know I don't enjoy being mocked. Open the envelope. I opened it. The check read $300,000. My hands froze. Is this real? Yes. What do you want? I already told you. I'll ask you to marry me at my family dinner tonight. You will reject me publicly. Afterward, the money is yours. Why? That isn't part of the agreement. Find somebody else. Your father's surgery is scheduled for Friday. I gripped the envelope. Don't mention him. His insurance denied the procedure. You owe the hospital $87,000, and your landlord gave you 5 days. Did you investigate me? Carefully. You searched my bank accounts. I found everything legally. What happens if your family suspects this is staged? They won't. You sound certain. My father thinks poverty makes men predictable. Tonight, you'll prove him right. Does that bother you? More than it should. Why choose me? Her calm expression shifted. Because my family will believe your rejection. That explains nothing. It explains enough. The hospital suddenly called me. Mr. Mercer, the nurse said, your father's condition worsened. We need confirmation of payment by tomorrow. Give me until morning. I'm sorry. We've already extended the deadline. If I do this, you stay away from my father. Agreed. And there are no hidden debts, favors, or contracts. Only one rejection. Desperation defeated my pride. Fine. I'll do it. At the Vale mansion, I whispered, your family lives like royalty. Seraphina kept walking. Tonight, they're a jury. Remember your answer. An older man frowned at me. This is Kael. Yes, Seraphina answered. The man I intend to marry. He looked directly at me. What exactly do you offer my daughter? Nothing she needs. Money? No. Status? No. Then why are you here? Before I could answer, Seraphina said, because I invited him. Her mother sneered. Invitations can be withdrawn. Not this one. I heard a warning beneath her calmness, but nobody else appeared surprised. Her mother set down her glass. You cannot be serious. I am. Her father demanded. Answer her. Seraphina reached across the table and touched my hand. Your hand is cold. I whispered. So is my family, she replied, but her gaze held something painfully warm. Kael, she said, will you marry me? My throat tightened. For 1 second, I wonder what would happen if I said yes. She squeezed my hand. Reject me, Kael. I pulled away. No, I won't marry you. Silence swallowed the room. Her father leaned back. A wise decision. Her mother exhaled. Finally, I looked at Seraphina. This is what you wanted. She looked wounded. I stood. I should leave. No one stopped me. At the front door, I faced her. Why did you follow me? Take it. Seraphina pressed the envelope against my chest. The money is yours. Then we're finished. You believe that? That was the deal. She stepped closer, her voice barely audible. You will regret this. I walked into the night clutching enough money to save my father. Yet her warning followed me home. Payment cleared. The hospital administrator told me, your father's treatment can begin today. I nearly dropped my phone. There won't be another delay? No, Mr. Mercer. Everything is covered. That quickly, the transfer arrived with priority authorization. whose name was attached. The payment came through a private account. So you cannot tell me? I'm not permitted to disclose more. I thanked her, but Seraphina's warning returned. She had kept her promise. Yet the money somehow felt borrowed. I entered my father's room. Where did you find that money? I accepted an unusual job. Legal? Completely. Dangerous? I remembered Seraphina's warning. Probably not. That answer worries me. Focus on getting better. I finally made one smart decision. By Monday, I believe rejecting Seraphina was the smartest decision of my life. At Northbridge Dynamics, everyone gathered inside the main conference room. Dorian Cross blocked my path. You're late, Mercer. The meeting starts in 3 minutes. Successful men arrive early. Then why are you standing outside? His smile vanished. Still waiting for that promotion? Still trying to stop it? I don't need to stop anything. Men like you stay exactly where they belong. I stepped around him. We'll see. Inside, Dorian stood near the front. Our new chief executive purchased controlling shares last week, he announced. Show some respect when she enters. The doors opened. Seraphina walked in. My blood ran cold. Her gaze found mine, then moved away without recognition. Good morning, she said. I'm Seraphina Vale. As of today, I control Northbridge Dynamics. Dorian smiled. We're honored to welcome you. I didn't come for praise, Mr. Cross. I came because this company has wasted money, talent, and opportunity. I'm sure the board explained our recent challenges. The board explained its excuses. I almost smiled at that. Seraphina continued. Department reviews begin immediately. Mr. Mercer, report to my office at noon. We will rebuild Meridian first, she said. The project has missed 2 deadlines and burned through half its budget. Dorian cleared his throat. Meridian requires experienced leadership. Then its failures happen under experienced leadership. I watched Dorian's jaw tighten. Seraphina had challenged him within minutes, but I could not tell whether her target was him or me. Dorian turned toward me. Why him? Do you question every instruction from your CEO? Of course not. Then don't begin today. At noon, I entered her office and closed the door. Did you buy my company to punish me? Your company? The company where I work. Better. Answer me, Seraphina. She leaned back. You rejected me for money. You paid me to reject you. And now you're afraid I want revenge. Don't you? No. I want to promote you. I stared at her. That makes even less sense. You've submitted 6 improvement proposals. Dorian buried everyone. How do you know that? I read before I purchase companies. She slid a folder toward me. You're now project director for Meridian. I did not touch it. What is a trap? Must everything be a trap? You visited my apartment, paid me to humiliate you, bought my employer, and promoted me overnight. When you arrange those facts like that, they sound suspicious. They are suspicious. Then investigate Meridian. Perhaps you'll understand why I chose you. My breath caught. Senior executives have fought over Meridian for months. And now it belongs to you. Why? Prove my judgment is better than theirs. Outside, Dorian waited beside my desk. What did she give you? Meridian. His face hardened. Turn it down. No. He moved closer. You have no idea what your new boss is planning for you. On my 3rd morning leading Meridian, Seraphina dropped my revised proposal onto the conference table. Do it again. I stared at the red marks. You rejected every section. What exactly failed? The cost model is solid. Your leadership is not. That sounds personal. It is professional. You build escape routes into every decision. Because if Meridian fails, Dorian will blame me. He will blame you even if it succeeds. Stop building for his approval. She never raised her voice or used my mistake to make herself appear powerful. Then tell me what you want. I want courage, not caution. Fear protects nothing. Show me the plan you would choose if Dorian were not waiting for you to fail. You expect me to rebuild this overnight? I expect you to stop asking permission to be capable. The room went silent. I waited for her to embarrass me. but she dismissed everyone instead. At the door, she said, "Kael, your father's appointment is at 4. Leave by 3. I turned back. "How do you know about that?" "You mentioned it." "No, I didn't." Her expression closed. "Then I read it somewhere. Medical appointments are not in company files." Finished the proposal. Outside, a woman handed me a folder. "Mira Loran," she said, "Ms. Vale's assistant. Does your boss always avoid simple questions?" "Only when the answers are dangerous." "Dangerous to whom?" Mira glanced toward Dorian's office. "Do not trust everyone inside this company. That warning needs details. Not where walls have ears." Before I could stop her, she walked away. That evening, I found Nadia Voss waiting outside the hospital. "Hello, Kael." My chest tightened. "Why are you here?" "I heard about your father. You disappeared when he got sick. I was scared. You said poverty was contagious. I said cruel things. You packed your bags while I begged you to stay. I regret leaving you. You regret that I'm finally moving forward. That isn't fair. Neither was abandoning me." I left her outside, but Nadia appeared at my coffee shop the next morning and near my office that afternoon. "Are you following me?" I demanded. "I want another chance." "You had one." "Is this because of Seraphina Vale?" "This is because of you." When I entered the office, conversation stopped. 2 co-workers looked away. Dorian leaned against my desk. "Enjoying your private meetings with the CEO?" "Move. Everyone knows how you earn Meridian. By writing the proposal you buried. Keep telling yourself that. Say what you mean." He smiled. "A billionaire does not promote a nobody without receiving something personal." My anger nearly broke loose, but I saw phones pointed toward us. "You want me to hit you? I want everyone to see what you bought." I walked away, yet the rumor followed me through every department. By evening, even my team questioned my decisions. I entered Seraphina's office without knocking. "Did you know what Dorian was saying?" "Yes." "And you did nothing?" "I gave you authority. Use it." Authority does not erase humiliation, then expose his lies with results. Why me? Why remember my father's appointments? Why pay me to reject you, then place my career in your hands? She stood slowly. "Because I knew you before that night. We had never met. We did, 6 years ago, near the East River Bridge." A memory stirred. Rain, a woman crying beyond the railing, my hand reaching for hers. "That was you?" I had lost my mother, my company was collapsing, and I believed nobody would notice if I disappeared. I stayed until help came. You gave me your coat. You talked about your father. You made me promise to survive until morning. I could barely breathe. My rejection returned differently now. Not as strength, but as fear disguised as pride. "Why didn't you tell me?" Her guarded expression finally broke. "You saved my life once, Kael. You just don't remember me." The memory returned in broken pieces. Cold rain, the East River Bridge, and the train station glowing behind me. "You were injured," I said. "Your hand was bleeding." Seraphina nodded. "I fell near the railing. You told me not to call anyone. I wanted everyone to leave me alone. I found a station guard anyway. You stayed until the ambulance arrived." I studied her face, finally seeing the frightened young woman beneath the billionaire CEO. "I forgot everything." "I know. You remembered for 6 years?" "Every word." I remembered her beneath the broken station sign. She had whispered that nobody needed her, and I refused to leave. It felt like simple kindness to me. To her, it became a reason to live. The realization hurt. Then why arrange that cruel proposal? Before she answered, Mira rushed inside. "Meridian has been compromised." I stood. "What happened?" "The confidential design files are gone. Someone transferred $2 million from a project account." "Stop the transfer." "Finance already tried. The money moved through 3 external accounts." Seraphina's voice sharpened. "Whose credentials were used?" Mira looked at me. "Kael's." My stomach dropped. In the security room, Dorian displayed the access records across a monitor. "Your account opened the files at 11:43 last night," he said. Your computer authorized the transfer 6 minutes later. I was at the hospital. Convenient. Check the cameras. The camera outside your office failed during the breach. Mira checked the logs. No key card opened your door. Then the attacker was already inside. Or used remote access. I said. Dorian scoffed. You seem prepared with excuses. Then somebody planned this. Dorian faced Seraphina. Fire him before investors discover what your favorite employee has done. He has not been proven guilty, she replied. The evidence is on his computer. Evidence can be manufactured. You are protecting him because this is personal. She stepped between us. I am protecting due process. Speak carefully, Dorian. His eyes hardened. When Meridian collapses, the board will blame you both. I left before my anger gave him another weapon. Outside the building, Nadia waited beside a black car. I heard they accused you, she said. News travels quickly. I can clear your name. I stopped. How? I know who copied the files. Tell me, come home with me first. We never shared a home. Then choose one with me. Leave Seraphina, leave Northbridge, and start again. You are bargaining with my freedom. I am offering to save you. No, you are trying to own me while I am desperate. Her soft expression vanished. Think carefully, Kael. Without me, Seraphina will let security hand you to the police. You said the transfer used 3 external accounts. Nadia went still. What? I never mentioned a transfer or any accounts. People inside are talking. You also said you know who copied the files. How? Take my offer and I will explain. I would rather lose everything than betray the woman defending me. I walked back inside. For once, money meant nothing. My name was all I had left, and I intended to fight for it. Seraphina waited in her office with Dorian and Mira. The board wants Kael suspended, Dorian said. The board can wait, Seraphina replied. I met her gaze. I did not steal those files or that money. I believe the evidence was planted. Dorian laughed. Belief is not proof. Then give me time to find proof, I said. Seraphina checked the clock. You have 24 hours. You cannot be serious, Dorian snapped. For the next 24 hours, Kael remains project director. Nobody touches his office, his files, or his team without my permission. I understood then. She was not setting a trap. She was placing herself between me and everyone demanding my destruction. At midnight, my phone vibrated. Mira had sent one message. Kael, I found the person who accessed your computer. It was Nadia. I found Nadia in the same coffee shop where she had followed me the day before. She saw my face and stood. Kael, let me explain. You accessed my computer. I didn't transfer the money. That is not a denial. Please sit down. I have 18 hours before Dorian destroys my name. Start talking. Her hands began shaking. Dorian contacted me 2 months ago. He knew about my debts. What debts? My business failed. I borrowed from people who do not forgive missed payments. So you helped frame me? He threatened to ruin me completely. Then he promised money, a house, everything I always wanted. Everything you left me to find. Tears filled her eyes. I thought I could copy the files and walk away. I did not know he would steal $2 million using your account. You knew enough to bargain with my freedom. I was desperate. So was I when you abandoned me. I never destroyed an innocent person. She covered her face. I am sorry. I watched her struggle for an excuse, but none came. The woman I had loved looked like a stranger who had traded both of us for survival. Who gave Dorian access to Meridian? Someone above him. He said the sabotage began before Seraphina bought Northbridge. What sabotage? He helped damage her other companies, block loans, and paid executives to turn against her. Northbridge is supposed to be the final blow. Why? He wants the board to remove her. Once the stock falls, he plans to take control. Then Dorian is the mastermind. Nadia shook her head. No, he takes orders from someone connected to the Vale family. Who? I never heard a name. I recorded her confession and sent it to Mira. Nadia reached for me. Will you protect me? I stepped back. Tell the police everything. That is the only protection I can offer. At Northbridge, Seraphina listened to the recording without surprise. You already knew Dorian was dangerous. I said. I heard her admit she suspected his role in Meridian sabotage. Then fire him. If I fire him now, whoever controls him disappears. And if you keep him, he attacks again. Exactly. She placed a false transfer report on the desk. Tomorrow, the board will believe you recovered the stolen money and found evidence naming Dorian's contact. But I found neither. She expected Dorian to believe the lie and come after me. I stared at her. You want me to be bait. I will have security watching. That worked wonderfully last night. Kael, I need someone Dorian believes he can break. Is that why you propose? She went quiet. Answer me. I knew my family, board, and executives were compromised. Everyone near me wanted my money or power. You had no connection to either. So you tested me with $300,000. I needed to know whether you would follow an agreement under pressure. You made me reject you in front of your family. Their reactions exposed who feared losing control of me. And my reaction? You accepted money for your father, completed the agreement, and asked for nothing more. Anger burned through my growing understanding. You could have trusted me with the truth. I barely trusted myself. That does not excuse using me. No, it doesn't. For once, she did not defend herself. I pushed the false report back toward her. If I become bait, I decide how the trap works. What do you want? Full access, no secrets, and authority to confront Dorian. Agreed. The next morning, I entered the boardroom beside Seraphina. Dorian watched me with a smile that promised violence. Before I could present the report, the doors opened. A tall man walked in, and Seraphina lost all color. Cashin, she whispered. He faced me with Seraphina's eyes and a colder smile. Seraphina, you should tell him what our family did to his father. The boardroom fell silent after Cashin's accusation. I looked at Seraphina. What did your family do to my father? Kael, not here. You demanded honesty. Start now. Cashin pulled out a chair. 12 years ago, our family business had massive losses through false contracts. What does that have to do with my father? Several smaller companies collapsed when the fraud surfaced. Your father worked for one of them. My chest tightened. He was a finance director. And the Vale board blamed him for approving payments he never controlled. I turned to Seraphina. You knew. Her silence answered first. Say it. Yes. The room seemed to tilt beneath me. The old pain in my father's eyes returned to me. Every unopened letter. Every apology he made for problems I never blamed him for. Anger replaced every question instantly. My father lost his career, his home, and every friend he trusted. He spent years believing he destroyed innocent families. You knew that when you entered my apartment. Seraphina admitted knowing my father's connection to the scandal. You researched my debts, his illness, and his surgery. Do not pretend you were uncertain. I was uncertain about his guilt, but not about your family's role. No, I laughed bitterly. The proposal was never only a test. You were paying the son of a man your family ruined. That money was for his treatment. Money does not erase what happened. I know. Then why hide it? Her voice broke. Because I believed Elias was framed, and I spent years searching for proof. You should have told me. I was afraid you would see my family whenever you looked at me. You were afraid I would hate you. Yes. For the first time, Seraphina Vale looked powerless. She stepped toward me. Everything between us began with what you did at that station. The investigation came later. But you still used me. I thought I could protect you until I proved the truth. You protected yourself from losing me. Tears brightened her eyes. I did not know how to tell you without watching you walk away. Then watch. I left the boardroom without taking her money, accepting her protection, or asking permission. Cashin followed me into the hallway. I did not return to hurt you, he said. You chose the cruelest moment to speak. It was the only moment Seraphina could not bury the truth again. Why help me? Because our father protected the people responsible. Seraphina tried to uncover them. I ran. That does not make you innocent. No, it makes me useful. I kept walking. For the first time, money, love, and power pulled at me, but none controlled my direction. I chose distance because the choice belonged to me. Outside, Mira caught up a sealed file. Before you disappear, read this. I am finished with Vale's secrets. This one belongs to your father. I opened the file. Inside were signed orders, account records, and an internal investigation marked confidential. What am I looking at? Proof that Elias Mercer never approved of false payments. His signature was copied after he refused to authorize them. My hands trembled. Who copied it? Dorian's father. He was a Vale Company's chief financial officer and the architect of the scandal. Why was my father blamed? Elias discovered the false contracts. Dorian's father destroyed him before he could speak. I read every page twice. My father had carried shame that never belonged to him. And Dorian? He found these records years ago. Instead of exposing them, he used them to blackmail Vale executives and control board votes. So his attack on Seraphina was revenge? Partly. He believes his father built a Vale fortune and deserved to own it. He wants the company and the evidence buried forever. Does Seraphina know you found this? Not yet. I close the file. Then send copies to the police, regulators, and every board member. Are you going back to her? No, I am going back for my father. At the final board meeting, Dorian sat beside Cashin, while Seraphina stood alone. I walked in and placed the evidence on the table. You wanted me gone, Dorian. Now you're going to answer for everything. Dorian's smile disappeared when he saw the evidence. Where did you get that? I kept my hands on the file. From the records your father tried to bury. Those documents are fake. Mira connected her tablet to the boardroom screen. The signatures, account numbers, and archived messages have been independently verified, she said. Dorian pointed at me. He framed me to save himself. Then explain why your private account received money from the stolen Meridian funds. I replied, I never touched that transfer. The doors opened, and Nadia entered with 2 investigators. I made the transfer, she said. Dorian gave me Kael's password and told me which accounts to use. Dorian stood. You lying coward. She flinched but faced him. I copied the files, accessed Kael's computer, and helped frame him. I will accept my punishment, but I will not protect you anymore. You have no proof I ordered anything. Nadia raised her phone. I saved every message. Cashin placed another folder beside mine. These records prove Dorian blackmailed 3 board members using evidence from his father's crimes. Dorian looked toward Seraphina. You cannot remove me without a vote. She remained calm. The board voted before you arrived. Your position is terminated. One investigator stepped forward. Dorian Cross, you need to come with us. As they led him away, he glared at me. You think this makes you powerful? No, it makes my father innocent. Weeks later, the stolen funds returned, Meridian survived, and the board made my promotion permanent. My income finally belonged to me, not to anyone's deal or mercy. Cashin funded the ruined companies. Nadia pleaded guilty and testified. I respected her decision, but forgiveness remained impossible. I brought the report, clearing him to my father's hospital room. They proved it. I told him, you never approved those payments. His hands trembled over the pages. All these years, I thought I failed everyone. You were framed. Can the truth return what we lost? No, but it can return your name. He pulled me close. That is enough for me. I told myself, winning should be enough, but without Seraphina, it feels empty. When I left Northbridge that evening, I found her waiting outside. Are you following me now? I asked only this once. She held our original contract and the envelope. Why did you keep those? Because I kept believing our agreement gave me a place in your life. She tore the contract into pieces. There is no agreement anymore, she said. No money obligation, debt, or guilt. What is left? Her confident mask vanished. Only Seraphina, not the CEO, not the billionaire. Just a woman who remembers a stranger refusing to leave her alone in the rain. And what does that woman want? To know whether you could ever love me freely. I looked at the torn contract. You lied to me. I know. You tested me instead of trusting me. I know. Forgiveness will not happen in one night. I am not asking for easy forgiveness. Then what are you asking? Her voice shook. Choose me only if you want me. If you walk away, I will let you go. I said, you can buy companies, but you are terrified nobody will choose you without the fortune. I remembered the envelope she had once placed on my table. She had offered me $300,000 to reject her. I rejected her. Then she became my boss. Now nothing stood between us except my choice. I took her hand. I do not need your fortune. Tears slipped down her cheeks. And I do not need your sacrifice. Then we choose each other freely. No contract. No contract. No deal. No deal. For once, courage felt simpler than fear. The first time she asked me to marry her, I chose the money. The second time, she offered me nothing. And that was the moment I chose her.